Hello everybody, we're back with another one, and today we're going to be breaking down the weekly bias for BTC, what's actually going on, where we could potentially be going. We've also got red folder news this week that I'm going to be going over. So yeah, let's get straight into the video. Right, so let's break down BTC, see what's going on the weekly. Let's go to the weekly first, see where we're at, see what we're doing. So me personally, I'm still looking at this area that we're going to tag into. My personal opinion, we are still trading. Let's get this volume profile. Let's do this volume profile. Yep, still in the exact same area I thought we would be. Came all the way back up above, did not touch the point of control. But I did say last week we could potentially be going up to the 60s and then selling off, which we did. At the minute we're getting rejected at the value area low. So I pushed above the value area low, came back inside the value area low. We are getting rejected again at the value area low. That's on the weekly. Let's go into the daily. Yeah, we've pushed back below the value area low and we've tagged the value area low again, and we are getting rejected again. On the daily, just move this, let's clean the chart. Let's just move the key levels, have a little look where we're at. So the area that I marked out, we've took that liquidity. That's why I had that area marked out. We have got some more liquidity here at this area. Them equal highs there, potentially to take out as well. Main area of liquidity, what I'm actually looking at the minute, is down here at this area. So we've taken that liquidity like I thought we would do at 62k. We'll then come back down. Are we going to take this liquidity here? If we do take that liquidity and we start to do a bit of choppiness here under this value area low, there's your reason to short. If we start to push back up above and start to chop around this area, we could potentially be going for the 66k area, where there's a lot of liquidity lying there. On the daily, we are in a bullish fair value gap at the minute on a daily, which is here. Seem to be respecting that at the minute. We've not had no daily close underneath it. So let's keep an eye on this area where we are at the minute. No reason to long, no reason to short at the minute. Let's just see where we're going from here. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look here. Just going through the charts, you can actually see what it's doing. There's a lot of liquidity that's going to be lying at these equal highs up here. It's another area to keep an eye on. This area here. See where we're going. Got a small bearish fair value gap on the daily there. Not really too much, to be honest. But if I'm going to take a short here, I want to see it invert that fair value gap. and create a bearish fair value gap before I do anything. I ain't just going to take a trade in this area. I want to see it do this. I want to see it push, create a fair value gap in here, come back up, tag, take out that high there. Then I'll be thinking about going for a short, and we're going to be going for this area here. It's the same scenario with a bullish scenario, where I'm watching here. We are in this bullish fair value gap, so we are holding it strong at the minute. You know, I want to see it create something like this, come up into that area, back down, possibly manipulate the lows, do this again, fire off again, create that fair value gap in that area, tag, then we can go for these highs. This high here and this high here. Until then, I'm not going to be taking any trades. That's what I want to see. And if I don't see that, I won't trade that. I'll if it runs without me, it runs without me. So be it. I am going on a holiday on Saturday, so I'm going to try and get a couple of videos in this week. This is going to be one of the videos, and then I'm going to be doing another video possibly Wednesday. It's a request video that somebody wanted from the chat that I'm in. I'll be doing that. So that's what I'm looking at on BTC. Can't really see any trade at the minute, so I'm not going to touch it. I'll leave it as it is. Right, there was a couple of requests for altcoins. Let me have a little look what these requests were, because I completely forgot where we at. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Right, so I've got AMB. Somebody wanted me to have a little look at, and that's at Yasser. Lajmi Official. If I've pronounced that wrong, I do apologise. So we're going to look at AMB. AMB. So we'll look at AMB. Right, AMB is back above the point of control at the minute. We can do another point of control. Let's delete that. It does move with it, but I like to refresh it just to make sure that I am correct. Yep, I am. See how it moves with it. See, the point of control might have been there, but it's shifted down now. Let's go to the weekly. Let's have a little look at the weekly. We are at the point of control at the minute. Let's get a rectangle. We did have a bearish fair value gap there. That has now been inverted. Possible play on AMB if it holds that area. Let's go into the daily. It's holding that area. It's not looking too bad on that area. But if we go back into the weekly and we actually have a little look here, we've got these equal lows here. We've also got this liquidity down here as well. So we've got two potential areas that could possibly get swept. Big liquidity is lying up top. Right there. We've got some more liquidity lying there on the weekly, which hasn't been taken yet. So possibly with AMB, what we could be seeing here with AMB, if it holds the point of control here, going sideways, comes up, comes down, comes up, comes down, does this, somewhat along them lines. As we're coming back up, creating a fair value gap in there, back down into target, possible sweep of this area. Like I say, we have got this area here, also got another area there where you can actually see where the liquidity is lying. That's been taken, that's been taken. These lows have not been taken yet. So looking at somewhat along these lines in AMB, you know, it might take a while to play out this. You know, it's not going to be a foregone conclusion. It's not going to happen overnight. But there's the area that it possibly wants to be taking out next. Down into the daily. Let me just go back into here. Let me remove that drawing. Get that liquidity back up there. Into the daily. Let's have a little look. Yeah, it's that was a fair value gap, a daily fair value gap. It's inverted that fair value gap now. On the daily, we have created a bull fair value gap there. Let's open up this a little bit. Let's have a little look here. Possibly. But you can see with most of these coins, this is, you know, you're getting a lot of manipulation here. And what a lot of people are forgetting about is, you know, most of these coins, BTC controls everything. BTC is going to shit itself, most of these coins. You know, we had a bare fair value gap there, where it tagged into, bam, dropped, took out this liquidity, took out that liquidity there. Just trying to look at the certain scenarios, what potentially could be playing out here. Is that the same low? No, it took that. It took that. So there's that left. But it has inverted that fair value gap. We are still inside this fair value gap. Like I've said before about fair value gaps are areas where prices move too fast to fill all orders. That's what a fair value gap is. That's why when you see them start to come back into these fair value gaps, you either get a drop or you get a push. That's what they are. They're unfilled orders that are inside them fair value gaps. And when they come back into them, they fill them out and off it goes or down it comes. That's why you'll see spikes in volume. You know, like in here, look at how low the volume was, but the way it dropped. And then it's come back into that same area, respected that fair value gap, then dropped again and took this liquidity out. And it happened quick. Really quick. I'm going to go through a few. Let me have a little look at SUI. Yeah, that's where I thought SUI were going to go earlier. That's what I said. We'll go up to about this area. But this here is lying liquidity for SUI at around 117 area. And it is creating bullish momentum. I think we had a lot of news in SUI as well. That's why we've done this. But we have tagged the point of control. Could potentially come back down into this area after we've taken out that liquidity. We have got more liquidity there and a lot of liquidity lying up in that area there. So you're keeping an eye on SUI as well. ICP looks pretty bleak, to be honest. Maybe down into here, take out that area, because we are creating bearish fair value gaps on the way down. That's another bearish fair value gap there at $11 that hasn't been filled. Bullish fair value gap here, got inverted, turned into a bearish one. Yeah, well, we'll keep our eyes on them. You know, any more altcoin requests, just get them down in the chat, and I'll try and get as many as I can in my next video. I don't think there's been any other ones. I'm just gonna have a little look through, make sure they aren't. No, I don't think there's been any more, but that's my bias this week. This is what I'm looking for. Tau to the daily. Let's just remove all them a second. We'll get another volume profile put up, 1 second. Are we holding that point of control? Potentially. Bullish fair value gap there. Bullish one there, got inverted, dropped, took out this liquidity here. Underlying liquidity sat there on Tau. If we hold this area, I will take a long, and I'll be aiming for that area there. But I need to see us hold that area. I want to see us fire off, really. Anything else I can see here? Pith. Not exactly the best chart in the world into this bearish fair value gap. You can just see these fair value gaps, how they hold, how good these fair value gaps actually are, and how much they work in trading, how easy you can actually make trading instead of sitting there scalping all day. Oh, well, do you know which one I want to check? Actually, I want to have a look at render. I haven't really looked at render for a while, and near. I'm going to look at near as well while I'm at it, and then we'll get onto the red folder news. Render, bullish fair value gap, didn't really hold. If you're in the daily there and you're looking at that, I wouldn't have touched it. Creating bearish all the way down, not really seeing any bullish momentum. Weekly, big weekly fair value gap there, but it's bearish. See how that bullish fair value gap there, we're not holding it, we've actually inverted it, so we could come back into this area and drop. This one here has been tagged already, but there could be potentially some orders actually sat down in there. Right, near, let's have a quick look at near. Near, I had all these areas marked out, let's remove them. Near's all time high right up there, $20. See how we're above that value area again, and we start to struggle. It's on the weekly anyway. Let's have a little look here. Bearish fair value gap there. If we come into it and start going sideways, you know, we're gonna take that low. We might even come down into that low there. There's one low. There's another low. We've got lying liquidity up here. that area there, and that area there. So 2 scenarios possibly playing out. You want it to invert this though. You want it to invert that area. So something like this. Creating a fair value gap into that fair value gap, then fire off. Something like that. That's what you want to be looking at. See how it plays out. See where we go with that one. And red folder news. What's actually going on with the red folder news? Let's take a little look. Just trying to see where I had it actually opened. I did have it open somewhere. Red folder news. Forex factory. Today not much really, but we've got these here. US PPI report. There, red folder news. So that is at 1:30 PM. I don't know if that is our time or America time. I think it potentially is going to be our time. Yeah, at 1:30 PM. PPI news. Keep your eye on that. Don't miss that. Right, and that's me for the day. I will be getting another video out either later on today or Wednesday, like I was saying. But don't forget to leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about the coins that I've reviewed. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's gonna come up into here and wipe this liquidity out, or are we actually gonna come down into here, take this liquidity before we actually push off a little bit further? That's what I want to know down in the chat. You know, all your feedback is welcome, and we can go from there, and we can actually have a little look together and see where we're going. But like I was saying, that's it from me. I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Happy trading.